Hey, what's going on, guys? This is my DVD review of ROH's Glory by Honor 5 back from 2006. The reason I'm going to do these shows in one separate review, is because I think Glory by Honor 5 Night 2 is the greatest show in ROH history. That's just my opinion. So I feel like it deserves its own, separate video, just so I could emphasize how important this show is. But let's get down to Night 1. You don't hear a lot about the show, obviously, because it's so overshadowed by Night 2. But yeah, Night 1 was kind of a disaster. The card was actually very, very good on paper. But, you could call this show Glory by Honor 5 Night 1, or you could call it Kenta in a Tenta. A lot of people do call it that show because for some reason they could not run in whatever arena they were supposed to run in, so they had to set up a tent at the last second, and it started raining out, so it was a pretty bad night for everyone that was in attendance. But yeah, on paper the show looked amazing, but because the tent got in the way for a couple things, it kind of fell flat. But you had Christopher Danielson and Nigel McGuinness. These two guys have not wrestled that much in ROH. They had a match for the Pure title, which was kind of disappointing, but they never really had that main event caliber type of match. And I thought this would have been great, but like Daniels went for the moonsault, the best moonsault ever, and the tent got in the way, so he's like, "Oh, fuck it," so he didn't do it. But yeah, the action was still pretty solid, though. It was a solid 3-star match, but nothing more than that. It just could have been a lot better. Austin Aries versus Davey Richards, pretty good stuff, just not the mega ultra type of match that you would expect from these two guys. But it's a pretty solid match, 3.25 stars. Aries got the win with the brain buster. But yeah, this is very, very solid stuff. Samoa Joe versus Roderick Strong, the match of the night, in my opinion. Very, very stiff, as you would expect. This is the first time Joe and Roderick had a match in ROH, and it's a solid 4-star match. The ending was sick. Joe did like a fireman's carry off the top rope to Roderick Strong. It was, like I said, this match is very, very stiff and very hard hitting. Definitely check this match out. One of Samoa Joe's best matches of 2006, so check it out. Main event, yeah, Kenta and Naomichi Marufuji versus Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe in a tag team match. The Briscoes were feuding with Kenta throughout the summer of 2006. Kenta, kind of helped out Roderick Strong whenever the Briscoes attacked him, so then the Briscoes and Kenta started feuding as well. So they brought in Marufuji for this show. And, you pretty much get what you would expect, a solid 4-star match between these two teams. It was a very, very fun main event. Great action, great athleticism, your typical stuff between these two teams. So yeah, Glory by Honor 5 Night 1. I would say this, someone from the ROH message board said it the best. He said, if ROH could have one show that they could do over, which could be a lot better, it would be Glory by Honor 5 Night 1. I totally agree with that. So, all right, next show we have the greatest ROH show of all time, in my opinion. This is Glory by Honor 5 Night 2. The first ever show that took place at the Manhattan Center in New York City. As you can see on the cover, Bruno Sammartino made a guest appearance here. So you have Marufuji defending the GHC championship, and Bryan Danielson, who wrestled this match with 2 torn tendons in his shoulder and a torn muscle in his chest in this match. I mean, absolutely insane. So first match, you get Jack Evans and Davey Richards, a solid 3.25-star match. Really, really fun stuff. The great opener. I wouldn't say it's the best opener of the year, but still good stuff. Triple threat match: Jimmy Jacobs, Colt Cabana, and Christopher Daniels. You had a lot of elements here. You had a great storyline going into this match with Jimmy Jacobs and Colt Cabana. They're kind of fighting over Lacey. Lacey was kind of tough on Jimmy Jacobs at the time, and Cabana, he was treating Jacobs like a scrub, basically. So I thought the story and the the whole love triangle thing between those three guys, between those three, really made for interesting combination. And then you throw on Christopher Daniels in here, and you get a pretty solid match. So very enjoyable stuff. You had Samoa Joe and Homicide versus the Briscoes. Great stuff, because if Homicide did not win this match, then he cannot have his title shot at Final Battle. So a lot was at stake in this match, and Joe and Homicide brought it, and the Briscoes, both teams brought it. It was a solid 4-star match, in my opinion. It's great stuff. A lot of nice tag team combinations featuring Joe and Homicide. Kind of interesting to see those two guys work together, because they were in 2004, that was a pretty big feud in ROH. They tried to kill each other, and now they're teaming up together. So we had Austin Aries and Roderick Strong versus the Kings of Wrestling, Claudio Castagnoli and Chris Hero, that young knockout kid. And this was an excellent tag team match. Great Great drama. You know, Aries was still selling the rib injury from Unified. He had his ribs all taped up. And this is when the Austin Aries Roderick Strong title reign finally came to an end. Claudio took out the briefcase and smashed Aries in the ribs with it. And that kind of allowed Hero and Claudio to get the KRS-1 finisher on Aries to win the championship. But yeah, this is a very solid match. Roderick Strong was awesome here because Aries is kind of playing the the weak baby face with the injury. So Strong picked up a lot of the slack on the offensive end. So yeah, this is an excellent, solid 4-star match. All right, next up we have the Awesomeness. That was the GHC Heavyweight Championship match. Naomichi Marufuji versus Nigel McGuinness. Excellent match. This is Nigel McGuinness played an awesome babyface. During this time when Nigel finally turned face, he was just such a likable babyface. And him and Marufuji kill each other. It was amazing. It was very stiff. They slapped the crap out of each other. Nigel hits him with the lariat. Marufuji kicks out. Marufuji does the Shuri no E to the outside, and just crazy stuff. 4.5 stars. I love this match. It's amazing. Some people think it's debatable about what the better match was, this or the main event, but my brother actually thinks the main event is, I'm sorry, he actually thinks Marufuji and McGuinness is the better match. So he is in the minority there, but there are a few that think that. But, most people think Bryan Danielson, KENTA, one of the greatest ROH matches of all time. Yeah, Bryan Danielson battling through a shoulder injury, which was just insane. He looked like he was in a lot of pain out there. I guess they must have had some kind of mutual agreement because, KENTA kicked the crap out of his injury. Danielson had to use his left arm most of the match. So he basically wrestled this match with one arm. Put on the greatest match in ROH history, in my opinion. This is the greatest match in ROH history. I just think it's that good. Give the crowd credit here. The crowd was insane for this show. This felt like an ECW type of crowd. KENTA hit the go to sleep. Bryan Danielson got his foot on the rope. Just the wrestling was just amazing here. God, what else from this match can I talk about? Bryan Danielson made KENTA tap out with the cat mutilation. That was the finish of the match. But tremendous drama, tremendous action. I can't say enough about this match. I've talked about it before, but this is must-see stuff. Everyone needs to check this match out. It's one of my top 3 matches ever. I say Angle, Benoit, the Rumble, this match, and the Unbreakable 3-Way. Those are probably my 3 favorite matches ever. So this might be my favorite, actually. So just a serious gut check for Bryan Danielson, and KENTA is an amazing wrestler as well. Definitely Bryan Danielson's best match ever, and like I said, the greatest match in ROH history. Try to pick up a Glory of Honor 592 if you can. And if you can't pick it up for whatever reason, you could also see this match on the Bryan Danielson compilation DVD at ROHWrestling.com. So, all right, that's Glory of Honor 592, without a doubt, an amazing show. So, all right.